Morning, everybody. Nice morning. I haven't posted anything. It's a shot of my garlic you're looking at. I haven't posted anything for a long time. It's been busy lately. Seems like either I'm working on a mile-long to-do list, or if I got time to do a video, it's been so windy that I can't do a video outside. They're starting to, me and my dog are coming out and we're going to plant, what are they? We're going to plant expert pumpkins. Hopefully they're growing the experts. Me and my little dog's out here. We don't got a few things left to plant. I'm going to give you a little walk around the garden and show you what I got in and what's growing and what isn't growing. Boys, it was windy yesterday. I got to go tie up my peas a little more because the wind give them an awful jumping. But it's calm this morning, nice, sunny, gonna be 24 degrees, be a nice day. But yeah, the last few days have been cool, windy, rain. Now the rain part, we need some rain because it's been dry, so the rain was a blessing. Where am I gonna start? I can start here by a real miserable show of strawberries. I got a this, we call it Creeping Charlie. It's a little purple flowered weed. It blooms early and the bees love it. If you see this here, it's called Purple Charlie, or we call Creeping Charlie. And it took over the strawberry bed we tried to get down through and weed it, but it was next to impossible. We opened up a row down through the middle and we pulled 4 wheelbarrow loads of it out, and it hardly seemed like it made a difference. So I don't think we're going to see much for strawberries this year. It's a shame, because last year we grew fantastic strawberries. Well, that's not going to happen very much. You can see how it comes in. I got the mulch down around the raspberries, and you can see how it comes in. I got to get through these today. But you can see how it comes in and just takes over everything. It has a trailing root that goes out and just goes on forever. I'll get through these raspberries and pull them out. I buried the mulch on the raspberries probably 4 or 5 inches deep in places, so hopefully I'll have a chance of saving them from it. Currant bushes are growing. That's both a red and a white currant. We just planted them here a year or 2 ago, and they're really taking off nice this year. So they're growing good. I'll do a video later of the apple orchard. I actually had some blossoms this spring. I didn't have anything on the pears, but I'll take a walk around toward the apple orchard in a separate video. You get a few tomatoes out. These are ones that started in the house from seed this spring, and they're called Mountain Merit. Had a lot of trouble with blight in the last little bit. And I seen where the allotment gardener, he said the blossom end blight or rot with the calcium, watering them a little bit with calcium helps a lot. But these here are supposed to be a blight resistant tomato, good quality from Vessey's. So we'll see how it goes. Here's something new I'm trying. You don't see anything in there yet, but I'm trying peanuts. I have no idea if they'll grow or not. They're just, every year I grow one of those crazy things that you're not supposed to be able to grow and try it. I dug up a mound hill here and it said sandy soil, so I went down. We had a local beach just down the road from us, and I got a bucket full of sand, 5-gallon bucket of sand out of the beach, and dug the ground up and mixed the sand and the ground together and planted peanuts in a hill. So we'll see if by this late summer or fall or whatever that actually turns into anything. I have my doubts. I have, what do I have this year? I have 4 garden pieces. If you see here, this here's a piece probably, it's about 20 by 20, 25 by 25, somewhere around there, and all my 4 pieces are about the same. So I got 4 garden pieces about 25 by 25. And that's what I'm using to garden in. Like you say, you've seen in the opening shot, one of the pieces is taken 3/4 up by garlic, and one of the pieces is all in potatoes. So really that leaves me 2 pieces to plant any amount in. Asparagus is coming on. I planted this last year, didn't eat any of it this year, just let it grow away. But asparagus grows tall, and you can see when the wind hits it, it flattens it right over. So I don't think that's good on the asparagus. So I'm going to try maybe tomato cages down over top of them to help support them. That might help. I don't know, because you can see they're all blowed over, and I can't see that being good for them. I think they'll be better and healthier if they stand up straight. This here is what was growing in underneath the little, the little mini greenhouse that I put up. And it got a great early start. I've already ate all the radish out of here. There's, I think, 2 kohlrabi starting on the end. These are some little butterhead lettuces, red oak lettuces, romaines here, and those would be getting ready to eat before too long. Those really grew well. I'm gonna probably build one more of those little greenhouses, and I think I can get away with starting things probably 2 weeks earlier than what I started in here. So that'll really get a good start on the early lettuces. It's all weeds up in here now, but I had that full of radish, and I ate it. There's a new variety of radish I tried at a Vessey's, and a very mild radish. I like eating just as a snack a handful of radish every once in a while, but I don't do hot stuff real well. I can do medium hot stuff, but not real hot stuff. And my girlfriend, she can eat those jalapeno peppers like they're anything, but I don't enjoy them. So I like a milder radish. So I started a new variety there from Vessey's, and it's quite a nice mild radish. Red Russian kale started in here. If you see in the hay garden, all I do is I leave it completely buried in hay all the time. When I go to plant, if you see the 2 sticks, I just take my grass rake, I pull the hay off either side of the row, I open up my row and I put my seeds in. That's it. I put 2 sticks on either side of the row to mark that row that it's planted until stuff comes up into it and you can see it. Now as soon as things start coming up in that garden, any of those pieces with the sticks on them, and they come up probably 1.5 inches to 2 inches, well, then I'll take the rest of the hay and I'll pull it back in tight to the plant. And that's it. I don't do anything more to it till harvest. That's the extent of my gardening. Early onions, cauliflower here. Early onions, you can see with the onions, this here's a great shot of the hay gardening. You can see the weeds are taken over here on the left, and I'm starting to bring the hay in around the onions on the right. I won't even pull the weeds. Today I'll take hay that I have and I'll go in through all the onions and I'll completely cover everything that's in between the onions. I'll leave the onions sticking through like you see there on the right, and then probably in a week's time, 2 weeks time, I'll come through, and any weeds that still survived and lived, I'll just reach in and pluck the weeds out. And that'll be it. I'll leave the onions there till harvest time. Peas are starting to take off. I planted 1 row of peas, and then I looked at it and I said that row's too short. So about 2 weeks later I planted the 2nd row of peas. So you can see the difference in height between the row on the right hand side and the row on the left. There's about 2 weeks difference. Wind hit them hard yesterday, so I'm going to get some strings out. I'm going to get them strung up right quick this morning as soon as I get my pumpkins planted. I have pumpkins to put in, and I have one of those bean teepees that I have to build and put up today for my Scarlet Runner beans, and I have a new yellow climbing bean that I'm going to try that I haven't tried before. This is cucumber bid. I just planted this the other day. You can see cucumbers popping up through there in different places. look like they're doing pretty good. And this here whole piece, if you see the mountain of hay over here, that whole piece along the bottom here will be my cucumber bed. But in years past I planted the whole bed, and when the cucumbers get coming, way too many, we make a lot of pickles, mustard pickles, dill pickles, all kinds of different things out of our cucumbers, and we enjoy those a lot, and give them away and whatever. So we'll make quite a few pickles, but when they got coming, oh, just too many at once. So last year I planted them, I staggered them a little bit, and that's what I'm going to do this year. It worked well. It stretched the cucumbers out, not so many all at once. And I'll have half the bed planted here. Once these get growing on, probably, well, it'll probably be July now, and I'll come over and I'll plant this other side over here, and that'll lengthen them out a little bit longer. Hopefully work out a little bit better, because we do really well with the first couple of baskets of cucumbers and making pickles, but it seems like if you got a batch of pickles to put on every third day, it's just a little too much. We've been busy this week. I have a long weekend coming up through work, and we're going to take off on a little day or two vacation this weekend and go down along our Fundy shore. Bay of Fundy has the highest tides in the world, and it's quite a nice little spot, and we're going to go down along the Fundy shore and find a place to stay for the weekend and enjoy the ocean for a while. In New Ross, where I live, we're not on the ocean, so we have to take a trip to see the ocean instead of living on it. Most people in Nova Scotia live on the ocean. They take a trip inland to see the country. But what do we got growing here? Garlic, 220 bulbs in, all look like they're doing fine. This side here I have turnips, parsnips, and if you see over here in the holes, all red onions. And you can see now these onions I had as onion sets, so I just dug little holes, planted the onion in. I won't do much of anything, maybe pull the grass in a little tighter or pull the hay in a little tighter as the onion keeps coming up. This I have carrots in this row here, but for some reason 2 pumpkins showed up. I didn't plant them. Where'd they come from? I'll be curious to see what happens there. And over in this section of the garden is a few more tomatoes planted. Tomatoes grow kind of big, so we scatter them all over the place. Brussels sprouts along here that went out as sets. Looks like the slugs or something's been going at. Yeah, that's slugs. You can see the shiny trail. Slugs been eating my Brussels sprouts. I use a little slug pellet made by Bug Be Gone or something like that, but it's a what is it called? Ferric iron slug bait. It's not poisonous to dogs or birds or anything if they eat it. So and it seems to work okay. Peppers, little tiny peppers this year, not very big at all. Don't know if they'll make into anything. We'll see if the heat gets on them, they get growing. In here I have dill planted, kohlrabi, radishes, beans, turnips, tomatoes, and corn over here on the right hand side. And like I say, all that's been in the ground. Oh, what's today? Today is Tuesday, and we put them in last Thursday, Friday. So it hasn't been a week yet, but in the end of this week and over the weekend, we'll start seeing everything pop up. The ground was nice and warm. We had a good rain on it just after we planted, and they should pop up pretty quick. Now, before this whole garden tour gets too long-winded, I'll go down and show you my potatoes. Oh, potatoes. Almost forgot the most important ones. Look at that. Let's take a little stroll over here. and see the Charlotte potatoes and the Cara potatoes in the containers. They seem a bit of a shaded spot here, but they seem to like it. You can see they're coming up in the pail. I've put ground in them once already, and today I'm going to get some more and finish topping them up. Look at that, coming right up out of the bag, growing excellent. I'm quite happy with them. Very good for around here. I know they don't look... Ian, he's already digging potatoes, and I'm tickled as old heck that mine are coming up out of the tubs. This tub here is a big tub. I won't fill it all the way up. Maybe half full at the most is all it'll ever grow. But it'll help support the plants nice. Yeah, so those are growing good. I'm pleased with them. I think they have plenty of time to do something. I put a little herb piece on the end of the shed. This is very much something that you find off Pinterest or one of those sites. I'm not big on planting them in such a shallow thing. Yeah, I don't like anything you gotta water on a daily basis, but we'll see how that turns out. It may be just a bunch of dead herbs in a box, but now down here, same thing as last year. Put a few potatoes down the row in between the apple trees. I did that in probably 5 or 6 different spots. I have in for crop potatoes. I have the Chieftains, Yukon Golds, even though they don't perform very great for me every year. I'm doing it again. And then that's my main bed of Chieftains right there. And I have that white potato called Emoja. Last year I grew, and we had a great little grower, quite blight resistant, and what a tasty little potato. So I grew some more of them this year. Okay, before this goes into crazy times, I'll do a shot of my orchard later. It's really starting to look like a bit of an orchard. And have a great one, everybody.